Welcome to Healing Steps to Wellness. I'm Dr. J,
I'm Mei.
your trusted guide to whole person health, one step.
And one bite at a time.
Okay, today, what are we going to talk about?
Well, I think this is a long due topic that we both really want to share with the world. It's about the movement, but actually it's more than the movement. I'm so excited and we can't wait to have a dialogue with you.
Good. So, movement is one of the 6 healthy pillars of a healthy lifestyle. We all talk about movement is important, but what are we going to talk about today is we want to talk about 3 things. Number 1, it is one of the 6 pillars of healthy lifestyle. And number 2, many people equate the healthy movement to high intensity, high volume exercise. That's something we want to talk about. And number 3 is we want to overemphasizing the high intensity, vigorous exercise. Sometimes it gets too much and that will lead to overtraining, muscle breakdown, and that will cause chronic inflammation and create a lot of free radicals. And those are the 3 points we were going to discuss today.
Wonderful. Okay. Well, let's dive in that deeper. All right, Dr. J, go for it.
Sure. We all know that movement supports a lot of healthy activities in our body. You will support the circulation, you support the mitochondria, even the insulin resistance, reduce insulin resistance, and also to support our microbiome. It will give you stress reduction, help you sleep, create mental clarity, all of that. But not all movements need to be intense to be beneficial. And over-exercise, a lot of time will impair recovery. It will affect our hormone and affect our immune function.
Yeah. And I can relate to that because, sometimes when I have a specific pain, either like I think one incident, I slipped on the deck by accident last year, and it was so painful. I know I still need to move, but I want to be very careful, not to overdo it. But also, we have approached by several patients and say, no, my joint pain, my body weight just doesn't allow me to do any exercise or movement like what the video show or what the health coach request. And a lot of people, they just want to do some movement at home instead of going to the gym. So we do want to offer some option for people can gradually take some action. We say the small step. Every small steps count, especially toward the well-being. So yes, we do have an option right here to share.
Yeah. So I want to tap back that statement a little bit. Go back a little bit. People say, "Oh, I have joint pain, so I cannot move, and that's the reason why I gain weight." Yeah. And that's the thing that I have to talk to them that no, you cannot outrun a bad diet.
Bad diet.
Right. Diet is very important if you're concerned about your weight. Exercise is to increase your muscle tone and improve your circulation and cardiovascular health, but it's not necessarily good for your weight. It's not only nutrition-wise, and secondly, muscles are heavier than fat. So when you're reducing fat, your weight, reducing your fat tissue, and starting to build muscles, your weight may not reduce. At one point, after you're losing weight, at some point you may regain weight because you're getting muscle, and that's something that people don't usually realize. And I also want to talk about over-exercise. When we exercise, we need energy. This energy comes from mitochondria. Now, if we are over-exercising, every time mitochondria produce ATP, there's a free radicals. And if we exercise more than we need, not only it may reduce our break down our protein, our muscles, but at the same time, we are putting too much work on mitochondria. That means they're overworked, they're exhausted, and at the same time, they produce a lot of free radicals. And then they will cause inflammation and affect our immunity. And that's why we have to have a balance, that you have good exercise, but not over exercise.
And I think there's a type of a movement that we're going to introduce today. It's a very gentle and actually can be very healing. Sometimes it's more like meditation, a moving meditation. So that is a way that we help people to feel very comfortable at this. So you do something, a very gentle movement that can help your body. We call qi circulation. Also, it's a kind of a blood circulation, and that will actually nourish our body from head to toe, especially our brain, emotional health as well.
And that's another point, that we have emphasized a lot of physical activities. That's a harsh movement, but we are not looking at the energy inside your energy. It's not how strong you can hit. It is the longevity type of thing. We talk about the well-being, how you feel, how your qi is circulating your body. That's how energy is moving inside your body. And that's I call it all the soft movement that we're not promoting. So that's something we are going to discuss today.
Right. And that also can be very, we can expand that to allow more people who have their physical constraint, and to make that more inclusive, more encouraging to people at all level. So should we reveal what is the first one that you are trying to share?
Well, the one you like the most. You go ahead.
So we're talking about a form of a Qigong. A lot of people, including myself in the past, that the Qigong to me sounds like a great idea, but also it's really hard to adopt it because we don't live in the city that has the instructor all the time be able to take the class from. But this is a type of a Qigong called the hand swing ping Shuai Gong. It's invented by Master Li, who is in Taiwan, also embraced martial art for several decades. So he was inspired by the concept of how can I make the movement very adaptable for majority of the people. And that was a start way back in Asia when a pandemic hit. I think it's due to a specific pandemic before the COVID-19. Do you remember that, Dalai?
There's quite a few that's all respiratory related. So,
yeah. So it's very simple. It's just like it's too simple, and even a lot of people question about it's too simple. Is that going to work or not? So the concept is you swing with your hand level at a level to your shoulder, the height and also the width, and you swing 5 times. The 5th time you will need kind of a dip down gently two counts, and then swing back and then you swing again. So bounce back and then you swing again and repeat it up for 10 to 30 minutes, depends on your physical capacity. So that actually help your body to generate the qi. I don't really like to explain the way that it's just like using our 2 arms as a generator to generate the electricity inside your body. And so you will go through the 3 stage and then feel the heat. So that's a simple way of explaining that from me.
Yeah, so when you swing, and basically just like the first 4 beats, you're swinging your arms, you're generating the qi in your arms. And then the 5th beat, when you have double dips, that is one to bounce your chi all over the body, from the hands to your body, to your feet, and bounce back. So you have the we call it regional circulations in your arms, and then the whole body total circulation of the chi. And that's how we do it. And the idea is at the beginning of your practice, you're generating chi inside your body. And then the second stage, you keep doing it. Second stage, if the chi is going to your body to go to where it's needed to improve your chi in different area of your body. And the third stage is to regenerate chi to your body, so you can have more chi, more energy there. That is the 3 stages. That's why it's recommended that if you could do up to 30 minutes.
So when we, I just want to explain that further, that each stage is measured like about 10 minutes. So that's why I come up with the 30 minutes total. So 3 stages of the chi cycle. And after 30 minutes or 3 rounds of the 10 minutes hand swing, then basically we are encouraged to drink warm water to get rid of the toxin from your body, because now your chi circulate in your body and try to get the toxin out of your body. And so we drink the warm water, help our body to function that way. And then we sit down quietly, meditate for 10 minutes or so, because after we generate the chi inside our body, even we stop, the chi is still working inside the body. And we want to help the chi continue to work, so it will work well when we take the opportunity to do a 10 minutes of meditation. So total count about 40 minutes. And this is such a great way of doing the self-care.
Yeah, it's very gentle. It's so gentle, it's so boring that a lot of people don't want to do it because it's boring. However, there have been some research study in Asia, especially from Taiwan, on the healthy effects of this simple movement. And at that time, I think at the beginning, Dr. Master Lee was thinking about what can he do to help everyone. And he went back to the ancient books, ancient writing of those martial arts, everything. He found one similar to using your arms. However, those were not recommended for kids or pregnant women, and you had to be able to stand. But this form, you will be able to adapt in every situation. For example, even when you are lying in bed, you can still do it. And then if you're starting up to your sitting in chair and then standing up, if you're not able to do 30 minutes in a row, you can do it now 10 minutes increments. Now 10 minutes, take a break, and then 10 minutes and take a break to make it 30 minutes total. So it's a very gentle and very adaptable form of exercise.
So we will, our audience can find the link to the official exercise or training video that people can follow along. And they did a very good job. The organization actually did a very good job to explain how it works, and it's pretty much 30 minutes of the education component right there. And you also remind me one thing, that anyone who has the knee pain or has any mobility issue, really not quite ready to stand and to bounce the 2 knees, can sit down on a chair, doesn't have the arms, and you can swing your 2 arms that way, follow the tempo until you feel like your body is getting stronger, and be able to stand for whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. I have heard so many testimonies to share about how this humble, simple hand swing Qigong help them rebuild their body resilience and be able to gain a lot of function afterward.
Right. So even when you're lying in bed or sitting in chair, during the first beat, you should have that motion, the motion of dipping, double dip motion, and that will help your chi move to your feet. So even though you're not standing up, you can still do that.
Yeah, definitely. So, one thing I also want to highlight, which is so excited about this, okay? So Master Lee also encourage people who committed to this practice, which he recommend people really make a vow to commit to their health and to be consistent. Commit to 100 days, consecutive 100 days. And I find that this is very helpful when you jot down on your a calendar, or if you have a health diary. So to be persistent is so important. When you create that good habit, you just want to keep going. You don't want to give up. And that is the way for you to see the result. You don't want to do one day and rest for 2 days. And so it's not going to show you much progress.
Right. Absolutely. Just like anything else, you need to be persistent to get the results.
And also another very unique teaching point is he encouraged people to adopt healthy eating, especially plant-based nutrition, while practicing this Qigong, so that actually help your Qi circulate much faster, easier, and you have the clean body energy. I think this is quite fascinating. Like when we are working on um, our health, we want to make sure we do a lot of things right to our body. So that way our body can help. We can help our body to recover from any symptom or any chronic illness. Be consistent. We don't want to put the wrong feel inside our body, even we are trying to generate the clean chi or help our body to circulate better.
Right. Make sure it's a clean energy. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second form is the breathing exercise. It's different from when we go see anyone about the breathing. They'll ask you to count 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it, or 1, 2, 3, 4, inhale, exhale. And a lot of time, at least for me, it just doesn't work for me. But every time I count, I get so nervous that I'm out of the rhythm, and my heartbeat started to go up, and my breathing started to become fast and shallow. So the counting just doesn't work for me very well. And this form of the breathing is coming from South Korea. And the idea is breathing the chi, gather the chi in the atmosphere into our Dantian, is a Dantian in Chinese. That's where the body store the energy. And then by doing that, you can regulate your breathing at the same time, and it is using different posture to force your body to breathe differently. And then let's open up your airway and regulate your breathing.
So where is the Dantian located?
It's 2 fingers width below your umbilical cord.
Okay.
Button, I should say button. Yeah, right there. That is Dantian, and that is a Dantian point. So that is where you will have this your lower abdomen area. And one thing is, this breathing technique, I believe it was approved to be used as anti-burnout exercise in the male health system, at least 3 campuses. And if people learn about, we talk about the brain health, and you have the lymphatic system coming from your body to your neck to your brain, and open up the we so-called drainage system in your brain to clean up the waste at night. There's a good lymphatic coming here. But the breathing has shown to affect, or we call it cerebrospinal fluid. So cerebral is brain, spinal is our spine. So there's fluid from the back spinal cord to your brain. And the latest publication coming from Mayo Clinic has shown that this breathing actually can affect this CSF flow to simulate your deep sleep stage.
Yeah. We also visit their breathing center in South Korea when we made a trip in Asia December.
Yes.
Just the past December. So we get a chance, a privilege to meet with their grandmaster, and he oversee 5 breathing center in the city called Andong. It was a very unforgettable experience at the breathing center.
Yes. Yeah. So by this breathing, you make different posture. It's similar to the we saw the Tai Chi. You move gentle movement with different exercises like that. And this breathing technique is the same. You have different posture, 12 postures at each level, and then through those postures, you open up your airway and regulate your breathing. And something very interesting about these two is they are very similar, doing different things. And for example, this breathing, it tells you about breathing. Of course, the name is breathing. And then you gather the qi to your Dantian, your Dantian, where you store the energy.
Right.
But then, Shuai Gong, the arm swinging, even though they are talking about arm swinging, they are generating qi going to your lower abdomen, your Dantian, same thing. But after you do that, your breathing naturally becomes calmer and more regular. So they are doing the same thing, but just different approaches.
Right.
Eventually, you improve your qi and regulate your breathing.
Right. So I want to share just a little bit my experience with the breathing and also Shuai Gong. So right now I have committed to the Shuai Gong every day for over a month. And sometimes when I swing at the end of 30 minutes, I feel my body is truly so warm, and you can feel your fingertips are very kind of full of the warm qi and energy. And then breathing, when I follow the practice at a different posture, I can feel like, well, it kind of push my body naturally to breathe in that particular area. So this is how it helped me to understand what this breathing is. And I think after I understand further about this the philosophy of this breathing and the health benefit brought to many long-term practitioners, it's very fascinating to introduce this wonderful, sustainable, a kind of a I consider that's a meditation or physical movement activity to a lot of people, because not only it help us to regulate our breathing, but also help with our brain capacity, promote the brain health, but also in general help us to become calmer. So it's just it's great. It is a great meditation, a way to do the meditation and stress management.
Yes, absolutely. And it's more sustainable, as I mentioned in the beginning. We're emphasizing too much on that vigorous exercise. But we really need those healthy, gentle movements that can not only help our joints, reduce pain, and at the same time build out our energy, internal energy, those qi, and like that. And so today I'm just going to show you my new segment called Your Best Steps. I'll give you some tips about your physical activities or health. And the first topic is, people sometimes say, when I exercise, I feel fatigue right away. muscle fatigue. The reason is there's a sign that you may have insulin resistance. Because muscle is the largest organ to use glucose, to use energy. And when you started to exercise, and by then you have insulin resistance, that glucose is not able to move into your muscle cells. And that's the reason why you have the fatigue right after you exercise, even though a young man, no, you shouldn't be feeling fatigue. So that's a good tip, good sign that if you are fatigued at the beginning of your exercise, check your insulin resistance and check out your diet, your sleep, stress, all that can really improve your insulin sensitivity.
But how do you check the insulin resistance?
There are so many ways you can do it. The gold standard is looking at your fasting insulin level and your fasting glucose level to do the calculation. Then at the same time, if you don't have that, you can look at your lipid panel value. Just use your triglyceride divided by HDL. It should be less than 2. And if it's more than that, then there's an issue. And if the easiest one is say, I haven't had any lab tests for a long time, then when you take a shower, measure your waist. No, don't suck up your stomach. Just let it go and measure your waist versus your hip. No, for men should be less than 0.8, women 0.9. So higher than that, there's a sign that you may have insulin resistance. Yep.
I see. Great. So looks like beside these two exercise, these two movements, are we still going to talk about another one that you?
Yes, the other one is not an exercise. It is a concept. We talk about we encourage people to have 10,000 steps every day. Now people say, oh, you may not need 10,000. You may have benefit as low as 4,000 steps a day. You could have that. And a lot of people say, I just don't have time to exercise. What can I do? And there is one concept called zero time exercise. Zero time. Doesn't mean that you exercise zero time. You just sit there and exercise zero time.
Okay.
The so-called zero time is no scheduled exercise. No, you don't need to schedule a time to do your exercise. When I'm standing right here talking to you, no, I could do some raise my heel, do a few squats. I can have like a dumbbell. I'm moving my arms. You probably cannot see me, right? I can do my arms like that. No, when you're waiting for laundry, just move around. Even do a wall push up. You could do that anytime, or use a doorframe to do the stretching. So one push up is one more than you didn't do anything. And just like the concept you mentioned, whatever we do, every step, every exercise counts.
Yes.
And that's why we call it is a zero time exercise. You have no excuse. Just reduce all the barriers you can think of. It just move. So, for example, I see a lot of wound patients, especially diabetic foot ulcer. And patients say, I cannot exercise. My doctor told me not to put weight on me. I cannot stand up. I cannot walk. How do I do exercise? And I ask them, how about your arms? Can you move your arms? They say, yeah, I can do that. I said, sure. With a dumbbell, even your cans, bottled waters, anything, any ways you could find, and just do your exercise. But whenever you move it, the hormones generated by exercise still circulate your whole body. The circulation is still improved. So even you're not able to stand up due to the ulceration or anything, an injury, you can still move your arms. We can still give you some physical activities.
Yeah. So especially right now, we have a lot of focus on the phone, and so we hunch our back, and or work at a computer job that easily to create some muscle ache And also the posture is, for a long period of time, it doesn't, it's not good for us, our health as well.
Right. We hunch down. No, our shoulder, our back is just all hunched down here. So that's why I mentioned about doorframe is a very good thing. But when you stand there, doorframe right there. Now make sure your arms are 90 degrees, push against the doorframe and just gently push. Open up your shoulder, push out your That is an easy one to give you some stretching over there. And again, you don't need any equipment, just need to find a door.
Yeah. Very good. So no excuse. Our health is a number one priority. We need to be mindful to stretch our body every time we can.
Right. So the key message you want to convey today is really movement accumulated through the day matters. It's not just the 15 minutes. It is another thing that I talk to my patients. I ask them their exercise. They say, "Oh, I go to gym 1 hour a day." And I'm saying, "Okay, what happened to the other 23 hours?" Oh, didn't do anything. So that's not what we really want. We want you to have movement throughout the day. Don't just sit there. We like to say that sitting is new smoking. So you want to make sure you don't sit too long. So we want you to move around, not just that scheduled exercise time.
Okay, so should we kind of summarize what we shared with our audience today, and also we kind of give our audience the guidance where they can find those exercise or resources so they can start doing something?
Sure. I think there are 3 takeaways today. The number one is your movement should create energy, not exhaustion. And then secondly is a gentle, constant movement can support longevity. And the third one is every movement counts, even small ones. You just need to move.
Yeah, very good. So we introduced the Shuai Gong, that's a Qigong, and everybody can do it. It's just so simple. Number 2 is the breathing.
Yes.
And we actually encourage people to join the Dr. Paul Ming's breathing group on Friday afternoon, 2:30 at RCC High.
Yes, we will have the information, the link in the chat room, and people can check it out. And we also have the links about that Shuai Gong, that you can have a video, so you can begin doing that. And if you have any questions, send us any questions.
Yeah. Stretch anytime, even people choose to watch your TV or doing the laundry or waiting for your coffee at a coffee shop. You always can utilize that small waiting time to do some stretch, or even you working at a desk, just like when you were talking about that, remind me to do a little bit stretch. That already make me feel so good.
Great. Well, I think that's it for today.
Yeah, I think we have a lot to take away and a lot to do. Okay, well, that's a wrap up today's episode.
Thank you for joining us on Healing Step to Wellness. I'm Dr. J.
And I'm Mei.
Guiding you toward whole person health, one step
and one bite at a time.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.